Hi guys, so कैसे हो सब लोग? Hope all you guys are doing great. So today's video is gonna be on the top 5 things you need to do as soon as you land in Canada. I'm gonna speak about all these 5 things and explain every bit of it. So आज की वीडियो में मैं थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बात करूँगा cause a lot of our audience also belongs to other countries, students from other countries as well who are facing problems. So I've got messages regarding that please speak in English or type at least in English so that we could also understand. So I hope like all our audience is able to understand what I'm trying to explain. So हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में मिक्स करके बोलूँगा ताकि सब लोगों को अच्छे से समझ आ सके जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and if you want me to make any video on a specific topic, you could like put it in the comment box or you could DM me on Instagram. I would make a video as soon as I get time. So today's video is going to be on the top 5 things you need to do as soon as you land in Canada. So the first one is going to be study permits. That's quite obvious. As soon as you land in Canada, you need to get your study permits, your work permit. If your course offers a co-op option, you're going to get a work permit as well. If you don't know how to check that your course offers a work permit or a co-op or not, then you could just see your offer letter. There's going to be an option of co-op / work permit. So you could see if it's written like yes on over there, then you're going to need a work permit as well from the airport itself, or otherwise you would just get a study permit at the airport. So as soon as you land in Canada, you're going to look for your study permit. You'll get that at your airport itself. So this is the very first document you're going to need as soon as you land here, and you would get this document at your airport only. You would not leave the airport before getting this document, otherwise it's going to be really difficult for you. So make sure you get your study permit before leaving the airport. So the second document is going to be your SIN number. SIN number is like a identification number here, as we in India had like an Aadhaar card. So it's like that kind of a number which describes your identification. Your identification is given a number. So that's what a SIN number is. You could either like get the SIN number at the airport itself. There is a counter of Service Canada there. Many students get their SIN numbers right from the airport only. Otherwise, you could like book an appointment with Service Canada and then go to any of the nearest locations and get your SIN number. The important thing you got to do as soon as you land in Canada is going to be opening your bank account. So as you all know, you must have had a GIC account with any of these accounts like Nova Scotia, maybe Bank of Montreal, or CIBC Bank, or TD Bank, or RBC Bank. You could have like GIC with any of these banks. All you got to do now is make sure that you open an account and get your cards, like your debit card and credit card. Because most of the transactions here in Canada are done through credit cards and debit cards only. No one like keeps cash with themselves for most of the transactions, so you need to open a bank account. So whichever bank you had a GIC with, you got to go to that bank and talk to the manager or the staff that you want to open a new account. You got to open 2 accounts. One is checking account, one is savings account. So you got to open both of these accounts and transfer your funds from your GIC accounts. Once your accounts are open, your money would automatically get transferred every month from your GIC account. The first month you're gonna get like somewhat around $2,000 or $2,400 in your account. Then the monthly transfer would be somewhat around $700 to $800 depending on your banks. So this is how GIC gets transferred from your GIC account to your bank account. So make sure you get like open 2 accounts, checking and savings. Other than that, also apply for credit card as soon as possible. Like when you go to open your GIC account, ask them to provide you with a credit card also, because credit card is very important over here. Try to make all your transactions through credit card, because it builds a credit score which is like required when you apply for the permanent residency PR. So if you have like good credit score, then it's a plus point. So the fourth important thing you got to do is going to be this, your Presto. This is the Presto card. This is like really important card. This is used for like buses, or like if you travel through subway. For traveling, this card is really important. You can't always keep cash with you for like traveling, because you gotta have like $3.30 for your bus travel. So you won't have like that exact amount all the time. So you got to keep this Presto card with you. You could get your Presto card maybe at Shoppers Drug Mart. You must be knowing it. If no, you could like search it on Maps or Google to your nearest location. Go at Shoppers and go to the counter, ask the person, whoever is at the cashier, for a new Presto card. The charge for Presto card, I guess, is like $6. $6 is the charge for Presto card. And you could like, you need to fill some amount in it. Like I filled $50 in it, so I had like $50 plus $6 for the card. It was like $56 something. And you could also set like an auto load over it. You could like install the app for Presto over your mobile phones and put it on auto load, so that whenever the amount in your Presto card runs low, you could like set a limit. Whenever it comes to like $10, it auto loads like 50 or something amount in it automatically. But you gotta have a bank account for it, so make sure you do the bank thing first, then comes the Presto. That's why I've numbered it fourth, and the bank comes first on the third position. So you gotta get a bank account first, then you could like put auto load on your Presto. So the fifth thing you gotta do as soon as you land in Canada is gonna be your license, your driving license. So you need to make sure that you give your G1 test. Here in Canada, we have like 3 tests for driving. The first one is G1, second is G2, and the third is G. So the G1 is the first test, and you could give it like anytime as soon as you land. All you gotta do is study for it, because it's a written test. Like you have question and answers in that. You don't need to drive in that test. Second G2 test is going to be your driving test, and the third one, G, is going to be also your driving test. So that's the final test. So first you got to do like a G1 test. You have like 40 questions in your G1 test. You got to score like you got like 2 sets of 20/20. You got to score 16 each set to pass the exam. So you got to do that test as soon as you land here. I made this mistake myself. I did like my G1 test after 4 months. So you got to wait. Now I got to wait like more 8 to 12 months to get my G2. You need to wait that much amount of time for giving your next test. So you need to make sure that as soon as you land here, before you get started with your college or university, you make sure just make sure that you give your G1 test before it, because otherwise once your college or university gets started, you'll be like all stuck in your assignments and everything, that you won't have like time left for giving a test, because you got to study for it. And if you fail that G1 test, that you could like do the reapply for it. I guess you could retake it. Yeah, if you like fail in it, you could like retake it, but it's gonna cost like $16 more for retaking it. So make sure that you study good for it. There's not like a lot of thing in G1, just like some signals. You gotta learn those signals and a few rules. So if you like grab them, have a good grasp over them, then you could like easily clear it. You just need like 16 correct out of 20 questions for each of those, each for signals and each for the rules. So make sure you get your G1 test. Then you got to wait for like 8 to 12 months. If you have like a driving license of some other country, like if I would have like Indian license and had like minimum 2 years of experience with my license, then I would be able to skip my G2 exam and I could directly give my G1 exam. So if you have like a driving license of any country you're from and you have minimum 2 years of experience over it, then you could like skip the G2 exam and directly go over to G exam. But if you have like a license and you still don't have like 2 years of experience, you have like 1 year of experience or something like that, that's also gonna help. You could like skip a few months. As I told you, like it takes 8 to 12 months. So you could like skip a few months, like maybe 4 or 5 months are gonna be reduced from the time period of the G2 exam. So it's gonna help if you have like a license from any country. So this was your driving exam. So thank you so much for watching the video. Or if you are like new to the channel, to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if you want any video I should make on any topic or anything, any problem you're facing, then you could like put it in the comment box down below. So thank you so much, and make sure you subscribe.